All right, FightHype.com. Sean Zattel here with my man Hasim the Rock Rahman Jr. after, what was that, 8 or 10 rounds of tough sparring with Michael Hunter Jr.
Yeah, man, somewhere between 8 and 10. I lost count. I just know they kept saying, keep going, keep going, keep going. So it's always great to work with Mike. We've been working together since I first started boxing, so we've come a long way. We got over 10 years boxing each other, so it's been a pleasure.
Now, you headline a show here at the Virgin and here in Vegas the night before Shakur and Valdez unify. You fight Trey Morrison, Tommy Morrison's son. How do you feel about this fight, man, about a week out?
I'm fighting James Morrison, not
James
Trey.
Morrison, Trey. Gotcha.
I feel it. I'm excited. I'm ready. I train harder than I ever trained in my life. I've really dedicated myself. I changed the way I sleep, the way I eat. Only been drinking water. So I put everything together for this. It's all money in on this one because it's no looking back. I feel like this is the first time I'm fighting somebody that can win, and that's why I'll put my best foot forward. So regardless of the results, next Friday I know I put my best effort in training camp. So we're gonna get the results that we want.
Now, I mentioned Trey because that's the one we kind of think of right away. But what do you think of James Morrison?
I think he's a good fighter. He has great footwork. He has a great boxing IQ to have started so late, and he has a tremendous heart. So with that being said, I'm in for a tough fight. So fight hype all day. With him having the IQ and having the footwork, having speed, and definitely have power at 19-0 with 17 knockouts, it puts me in a position where, I'm facing the best fighter I've ever faced. So I need to bring the best version of myself that I've ever brought to the ring.
With him being 19-0, 17 knockouts, you're still undefeated too, 8-0. But on paper, they would say you're the underdog. What do you think about that, Rock?
I'm 12-0.
12-0 now. I still think in the 8-0, 4 knockout record.
Right.
Back.
Paper is paper. Yeah. If they look at paper and say he has the advantage, then they're not looking close enough. Since I turned pro, I've had 35 rounds. Since I've turned pro, he's had 14 rounds. So you tell me who's the more active fighter. But when you look at it on paper, that's what I see. When I look at from when I turned pro, what has he done? He's gone 14 rounds. Since I've gone pro, I've gone 35 rounds. So on paper, if they want to make him the favorite, hey, so be it. My father's been the underdog. The sport is made off of underdog. So hate it or love it, the underdog gonna be on top come Friday 29th.
Is it at all, when you're working with guys like Mike Hunter, that it's gonna make this fight kind of easy? You can make it look easier than people are expecting because of the sparring you've been having.
I could, but some guys are gym fighters. Some guys perform very well in the gym, and then they get under the lights, and it don't be nothing like what they look in the gym. Now I get to become one of them guys. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I've been one of them, but I just never got to put my foot in the door. So now, not only do I get to put my foot in the door, I got a chance to kick it wide open. It's a huge weekend, like you said. My boy Shakur, he gonna unify the belts the next night, and I wanna grab my first belt the night before. So it's a huge weekend for boxing. It's a huge weekend for Vegas. We got the NFL draft here. It's gonna be a lot of excitement, and I plan on stealing the show.
Yeah, you told me you envision winning the fight, taking the title that's won, and pulling up ringside to watch Shakur versus Valdez.
Absolutely, that's the plan. That's absolutely the plan. Inshallah, if everything goes as planned, that's what I want to do. I'll be there ringside to watch Shakur go ahead and grab his WBC belt.
I know you can't give away the game plan, but do you think there's a lot of action early? You try to test what he's got early, or take your time? You
never know until the bell rings, because he always starts fast. He has a lot of first round, second round knockouts. He always starts fast, so we'll see what he brings to the table. Maybe he want to come test me, see what I got early in the first round. You never know. Yeah, I know I'm preparing for everything. If he wants to start fast, we can start fast. If he wants to dance around, he gonna dance around. The main thing is he's not gonna dictate anything. It's gonna be my show. He don't run nothing. It's my show.
What your father told you heading into this fight?
This is everything, man. This is everything. go get a job if you don't win this one.
Damn.
So I ain't looking to go get no job. I ain't looking to, push no papers or none of that. I had a job already in the middle of my boxing career. Well, right before my boxing career began, I had a job. I hated it. I don't want to do it. I hate clocking in. I hate working for people. I love putting in work for my family. And I'm not even my own boss. My coaches is the bosses. So my father's the boss. So I put a lot of work into this, and I look to reap the benefits come the 29th, inshallah.
Yeah, man, that 9-to-5 life is very suffocating.
It is.
So I imagine it's motivation to win this fight.
Yes, absolutely. This is something that I've been working for and praying for. I prayed for this before I even started boxing. Before I even took the sport seriously, I was praying for this. Then I took the sport serious, and I've been praying for it ever since. So you take the same heart, the same mind of a 14-year-old kid walking into a gym not knowing anything to now I'm 30 years old. Now I'm 30 years old and I'm fighting for my first belt. So this is what I asked for, and faith without work is dead. So I put in the work. So I have faith in the law that everything's gonna come true.
You ever see Rocky 5?
I haven't, but I plan on watching it before.
The dad's in it. The dad was in it.
Yeah. Before we fight, I plan on watching. I was probably gonna catch it this weekend when on my downtime. I got a busy day tomorrow, but Sunday looking like I might have a time for a movie or two.
Yeah, because obviously you want to win by knockout, but is there any, like love there? Being you guys are in this rare position of both having former heavyweight champion fathers.
It's funny because we're mirror images of each other. He's lived the same life I live. Mm-hmm. We're around the same age. Our dads did the same thing. He come from a small town where his dad is that man in that town, so everybody knows him. I come from Baltimore City. Everybody know my father. So we've lived. I can only imagine we lived pretty much the same life growing up, being a champ son and having people doubt us and having people say that we have stuff handed to us or we didn't work for stuff. Just because of what our father's done, and living in your father's shadow is just a reality because our fathers achieved so much. So it's definitely going to be interesting to fight a mirror image of myself, but it's no love in there until the final bell rings, and that goes not only for this fight, but that goes for any fight. We set to fight each other. He gonna try to hurt me, I'm gonna try to hurt him. So that is what it is. When the bell ring, we take care of business, and then after the final bell, we'll see who's standing strong in victory and health.
And speaking of Baltimore, how do you see Gervonta's fight going with Rolly?
Knockout.
For Gervonta? For
Gervonta, knockout. I think Shakur's gonna win against Valdez. He's a crafty southpaw, very, very smart, very educated jab. I think the hook's gonna play a big part in the fight with Valdez, the hook from Shakur.
Because we think of Valdez's hook as
I think Shakur's hook is gonna steal the show. I think after that, I believe Gervonta is gonna make easy work of Rolly within 5 rounds is my prediction. And then after that, we got the undisputed, the undefeated, the dream, Devin Haney, gonna go over to Australia and bring home all the belts back to the U.S. So it's looking very, very exciting for the boxing world, and I'm looking to be a part of it. So that way we can have a on fire summer, and I can come back to y'all in the summertime with another big heavyweight fight.
What do you think of people saying, well, Haney, it's a good chance he gets robbed out there in Australia? Or do you think
they have a great point? They have a great point. He has to win 9 rounds, pretty much. He already down a round. Before the fight even started, he already down a round. So,
but do you think he'll put together 9 rounds?
I know he will.
Mm-hmm.
I know he will. Devin. I've been around boxers my entire life. Since I can remember, I've been around boxers. Devin Haney is the most true to the game fighter that I've ever been around, that I've ever met. I don't think that Kambosos has what it takes to dethrone him. I think that he is very, very, very well prepared for this fight. I think if the fight was today or tomorrow, he would win.
And I got one time you gave us this great breakdown of Spence. I can't remember which fight he was head to. It might have been Sean Porter. It was Mikey Garcia.
It was Garcia.
It's Mikey Garcia. And everything you said unfolded. So what'd you think of Errol against Ugas, and what do you think when he gets in the ring potentially against Terrence Crawford?
I actually wish I could have talked to you before he fought Ugas, because I had that fight pretty much. I kind of knew what was going to happen. I think Errol put on a great performance fighting Ugas. He did his thing. He stayed composed, and he showed he was a true champion and a real dog. But going into the Crawford fight, you know, nobody's went and done this the way Errol's done it, not in this era. He went and took the belt from Kell Brook. He went and took it from Sean Porter. He just took it from Ugas. He's taking the belts from the champions, and Terrence Crawford's the only one that's left. Terrence Crawford has unbelievable skills. He's a pound for pound great, and pound for pound, he may even be better than Errol. He may even be better than Errol in the skill department. But when it comes down to a 12-round fight, you got 36 minutes to fight. It's gonna be a great little guy versus a great big guy, and I think the great bigger guy is gonna win. Errol is like a big fundamentals of boxing. He has nothing great. He has nothing great, or let me not say that. He has everything great and nothing amazing, because he has a great jab, he has a great hook, he has a great body attack. Or actually, he has amazing body attack. Yeah. He has amazing conditioning. With that being said, I think that him being bigger, being naturally stronger, I don't think that Terrence and younger, I don't think that Terrence will be able to figure out that puzzle. We've seen Terrence do amazing things in the ring, but you know, I feel like that dog that Terrence bites down and go get it, and like how he thought he was losing the Porter fight, and he bit down and went to. He's not gonna be able to do that against Errol Spence. Errol Spence is I don't know if people seen what I seen, but I have not seen a body attack like the one he put on Ugas in a long time in a professional fight. He was relentless to his body and just kept going till he didn't stop. And the thing about Errol is nobody rattles him. You know, Crawford's gonna have to try to rattle him and get him to get out of his element. And so many people have tried to do it. I've been watching Errol since 2008. I haven't seen many people do it.
He's kind of the only guy I haven't seen Terrence at some point bully. Terrence, he get around even heavyweights, he'll wrestle him down. Yeah. 6 foot. Errol's the only one I've seen he didn't break. Like he didn't.
I mean, like I said, when Terrence goes to bite down and be that dog that he is, he's gonna meet another dog. And it's nothing against Terrence, because Terrence is an amazing champion. I aspire to achieve the things that he's done in the sport. He's done so many things. I look up to him as a champion, but you can't take this division away from Errol. 147 has been his division. I believe that everybody is fooled. That car accident that Errol went through, I went through my own accident, so I know it made him stronger. I know that he knows he's here for a purpose. I know that he walked away from that knowing that not everybody walks away from that. Not everybody is here for a reason. Honestly, you know, he shouldn't even be here. That car accident should have been the end. Who survives stuff like that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That man is here for a reason. And I just believe that reason is to be undisputed welterweight champion of the world. He's already unified. He's come back from the accident in several fights. He's come come back from an eye injury, almost career-ending eye injury. I mean, his resilience is amazing. And
you don't think Crawford, just to interject, you don't think Crawford's counter-punching can offset all of that?
I think that the engine on Errol Spence is one that can't be matched at welterweight. You know, I think that Terrence Crawford, this is how I see. I think that rounds 1, 7, 8, 11, and 12 are gonna be the deciding factors of that fight. in those, I think those rounds are going to be, like I said, huge rounds that decide the fight. I see Earl winning those rounds, and I think that that's just me being an observer of the sport for so long. I think that Earl has the upper hand. He's bigger, he's stronger, he's younger. He has the boxing IQ, and the thing about Earl is he fights at the same pace all the way through. He don't go up, he don't go down.
If anything, he gets better as it goes on.
Right. He fights at the same thing. The same. It's like if Earl was running on the treadmill, it's almost like he's running at a 8, and then he pushes it up to 9, and then he pushes it up to 10, and he goes to 11, and it's only he builds momentum as he fights. Terrence Crawford does the same thing. I just believe that Earl's momentum is going to be better. I think that Earl is the bigger guy, and the bigger guy beats the smaller guy.
Thank you, Rock. Do I have time to ask him one more? Does he need to get
we good.
Okay, thank you. Because it's cold outside, and he just sparred. Tyson Fury, man, expected to win tomorrow night. He's saying, I'm going to retire from the heavyweight division. Do you think he should? Or
I don't think he's going to. I think it's a lot of money out there in the heavyweight division. Man,
he's already took some punishment, though. You want to get out with all your marbles.
I mean,
right?
That's true, but Tyson Fury is one of the best defensive heavyweights we've seen in a long time. He ain't taking too much damage. I mean, he ain't like he can keep fighting Wilder. Now, if he goes out there and puts on a boxing display on Dillian White tomorrow, don't really get touched too much, the Usyk fight has to happen, man. I think that they're gonna put enough money out there for him to be like, you know what? I got kids. I got a legacy. The only thing I haven't been is undisputed champion, and he can shake the game up like that. It would be a better tale for him to fight Usyk and then walk off, as opposed to fighting Dillian White, because then they'll always be there. Oh, why didn't you fight Usyk? And Tyson Fury is a prideful person. I think that that's gonna get to him, and he gonna wind up fighting. May not even be Usyk.
Might be Joshua.
Usyk and Joshua are fighting again. So
Joshua needs another pep talk from you, man.
I hope so.
Was that before the Ruiz rematch?
That was, and I
so
hope
he needs that again.
I hope he does. I hope he reaches out. I'm a southpaw. Anthony Joshua, if you're watching this, or anybody in the Joshua camp, me and Usyk the same height. I come give y'all that work. I come give y'all them angles, and my boxing IQ. So I think that I could contribute. I'm rocking with Joshua for that fight. So I hope he does get his belts back.
Do you think, and last one, man, do you think Fury would beat the winner?
I would have to see the second fight between Joshua
to make an opinion on that.
And Usyk to determine that one. But as of right now, it's like a 50-50 because, Joshua has so many tools, Usyk has so many tools, Fury has so many tools, and Fury's about to fight tomorrow. So I will have a better gauge on predicting that fight if we seen Joshua and Usyk go again.
Well, we'll ask you after Friday, April 29th, after you have your headliner against James Morrison, man.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to catching up with you after that fight. Anything you want to sign out with?
What'd you think of the sparring today?
It looked good, man.
Thank you.
You're two big guys. Guys were a little tired at the end.
I mean, we was boxing. I felt like we was boxing all day.
But you still had power in the late rounds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Thank you to FightHype. Y'all been here since the beginning. So, rocking with FightHype. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody that supports Gold Blooded. And we giving 100% on Friday night. Tune in, April 29th, Fight TV.
Thank you, Rock. Thank you always.
Thank you.